What happened? Wow, I have no idea. Kids, we are going to talk about stuff that happened in the past. What happened yesterday? What happened last year? What happened last night? This is your introduction to something new, kids, the past tense, the preterite tense.
Woo, I don't have to only focus on the present anymore?
Oh no, we're going back into the past.
Let's go!
Okay, so to talk about actions that were completed in the past, use the preterite tense. To form the preterite tense of a regular verb, add the preterite endings to the stem of the verb.
Now, if you notice, we did not put the page from the book in here because the book is considering that this is all review. And for some of you, you've had exposure to this, some of you have not. But we're going to go through and give you the endings attached to some verbs. You should have got a copy of this sheet in class before watching this video. So you are just going to go follow us along and fill it in. You will not have the whole sheet filled in today, so don't think you are watching the wrong video. You're going to fill in only the parts that we go over, and over the next semester we're focusing on the past. In the future we'll be focusing on the past.
Oh, that's confusing.
And you will fill in the whole thing eventually. So today we're going to start with just regular verbs. So vamos a empezar con bailar. Bailar en la forma yo es bailé. Yo bailé anoche con un chico guapo. Students always ask why we always focus on hot men. I don't know. Okay, la forma tú. Bailaste, bailó con acento, bailamos, bailastes, and bailaron. So if you notice, anything after that L are going to be the endings for all regular AR verbs. Aste, o, amos, astes, aron. So comer, now we have the ER endings. Comí, comiste, comió, comimos, comistes, and comieron. Once again, if you need to pause, go ahead and do so, but anything after that M are the endings for all IR verbs. And if you notice, comer, even though it's an ER verb, has an I, MOS ending. Viví, viviste, vivió, vivimos, vivistes, vivieron. Is there any difference between the endings of ER and IR verbs in the preterite?
I don't think so. That's pretty cool. ER and IR are the same.
That is awesome.
Less work for these students.
Yep, so really 2 sets of endings, all you need to know. And one oh-ho, in case you were wondering why that big eyeball was staring at you. It's a note that the accents are only used on the yo and the la usted forms. So only those have the accents. Moving on.
Okay, kids, so this might get a little bit trickier. These are some spelling rules in Spanish that are going to help you in a variety of tenses. But let's just focus on the preterite right now. So here's the deal, kids. C turns to QU in front of E to keep that hard k sound. So take a look. Toque. It is in purple. T-O-Q-U-E accent. So, like I said, that C turns to QU in front of the E to keep the hard k sound. All of the other endings are your normal AR preterite endings. Okay, next spelling rule. G turns to GU in front of E to keep that hard G sound. So we are going to take a look at jugar. Jugué, jugaste, jugó, jugamos, jugasteis, jugaron. So again, G turns to GU in front of E to keep the hard G sound. All of the other conjugations are normal. Almorzar, to eat lunch. Z turns to C in front of E, and that is just a spelling rule that you're going to have to know in Espanol. So, almorcé, almorzaste, almorzó, almorzamos, almorzasteis, and almorzaron. And there you have it. These spell changes that are happening in the preterite are only in the yo form. And we have a little chant for you, and Dupes is going to sing it because she has a better voice than me.
And I love chanting. Okay, one little chant that you can use to remember the spelling changes is ga, go, gu, pero, he, hey, ka, ko, ku, pero, si, se, which just tells us that the G sounds like G before A, O, and U. C, those are the hard vowels, also sounds like ka, ko, ku, the hard C before A, O, U. But the he, hey, si, se, those are such gentle little sounds in front of the soft vowels, which are I and E. Again, students usually don't have a problem remembering how to say these. It's just the spelling changes. So remember, cargars are have a spelling change. Note, oh-ho, The accents are on the yo and el forms. Same as the regular verbs.
Okay, kids, so stem changes. Ay, ay, ay. The verbs that stem change in the present tense, they do not stem change in the preterite tense, so don't worry about that. So, for example, probar, it stem changes O to UE in the present tense. Don't even worry about that in the preterite. Just treat it like a regular AR verb.
But be careful because IR verbs do have a stem change in the preterite, but we're going to get to that next semester. So
let's not worry about that right now.
AR and ER are good to go. And notice they also still have the reflexive pronoun in front. So the reflexive stays reflexive. It's just the verb is conjugated to preterite. Exciting! Ver has an irregular preterite endings, but unlike those of other verbs, they have no written accent marks. So everything about ver is regular, except for take off the accent marks. Anoche David vio una camisa que le gustó mucho.
No accent there.
No accent, even though a regular IR or ER would have an accent. Kargars are, already talked about that. So, we have some practice for you. Good news for those of you watching this video. You are going to be graded by your teacher just for filling in the chart that you should have already filled in. So, all you have to do here is practice, see if you're on the right track. You don't even need to write it down if you don't want to, but make sure you're ready because we are going to be doing this quickly, this chapter. So let's go through. Isn't that a really nice picture of me riding a dolphin?
That's pretty awesome.
That's one strong dolphin. Okay, so here we go. Yo, blank, Cancun, Mexico. I visited, in the past, Cancun, Mexico. Yo visité. Drop the AR, add the A, which is the yo form.
Nosotros nadamos con delfines.
We swam, in the past, with dolphins. What's the difference between that and the present tense of nadamos?
Well, you know what? That's a good question. I guess it's the context because I do know that Dupes went to Mexico for Thanksgiving.
Right, and I'm not doing action now.
You're not swimming with dolphins right now?
No, I am not.
Bummer.
I know. Que mi hijo comió mucha comida. He ate a lot of food. A mi hijo le gusta comida.
That's because it was an all-inclusive resort, kids.
That is. I'd like to be there now.
He got his money's worth.
My money's worth.
Your money's worth. Okay, kids. Mis hijos bebieron refrescos. Oh, I bet they did. I bet they had a lot of soda.
Yeah, all-inclusive. Yo no escribí cartas a nadie. I was so relaxed, I took no time to write letters.
I was actually really disappointed not to get a letter from you.
Next time. Next time.
Okay, número 6. ¿Viajaste tú a un lugar? Did you travel somewhere? Okay.
That's it. If you guys
want to, folks.
If you have questions, prepare to bring them to us, and we'll leave you with this nice little fun joke. I have 2 Spanish teachers, Dora and Pitbull.
Dale, dale.
Adios.